TJ is an alien. TJ is an alien. TJ, alien. TJ is an alien. TJ is an alien. Do 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 do. Yeah, sleep is for chumps, losers. Can you imagine? What kind of fucking loser sleeps? You know what I mean? Heard some pathetic shit in my day, but like, boof. Oof. Sleeping? That's the creme de la creme of weakness right there. Weak. La da da da. What do you think of alien TV stuff? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't know nothing about no aliens, man. I ain't seen that shit. I don't know that shit. Shit's not, it's out of my league, man. I don't know nothing. Who the hell sleeps in 2023, eh? Sleeping is for losers. Only losers sleep. Yeah, plenty of time to sleep when you're dead. Let the dead sleep. I'm gonna sleep now. Woo. Good for you. You're weak. You're goddamn weak is what you are. Sleeping ass, little punk. Who the hell sleeps? Not I, said the TJ. Not I. Your new AI video is really good. Yeah, I listened to that a few times myself. I was pretty pleased with how it turned out. I liked the writing style of it. Getting into that AI voice. It's pretty fun. I don't think I'd do it too much, but I might. I mostly plan on using AI TJ to advertise stuff. I think he's pretty good at cutting ads. I don't think I'll give him too much responsibilities on the channel, but, you know, here and there. Not I, said the Cheege. Not really sure. I opened up a restaurant. Cool. Good for you. Good morning from the alive of the day. Ugh. The alive of the day is lame. It's all about that dead of night. I don't know where Chauncey is, so I hope someone stole him, because the alternative is that he somehow got thrown away, which would be sad. So I hope Chauncey is chilling somewhere. But wherever he is in the world, he's not here. Of all the things to lose in the move, I didn't think it'd be Chauncey. He's pretty big. But, you know, it is what it is, what it is, you know? Sometimes you lose your Chaunceys. It's just how life goes. I mean, the dead of night just sounds way cooler than the alive of day. I got a pin in my ear. What do you think of that? Pretty neat. Pretty interesting stuff. Pretty damn fascinating, if you ask me. Chauncey has been kidnapped. Yeah, Chauncey just got up. He's like, I'm walking away from this toxic atmosphere. You know? It's a toxic place. Chauncey went out to buy a pack of cigarettes. He'll be back soon. Yeah. I believe we were being watched by an intelligent race beyond humanity. Maybe. That's like where I say I want to believe, you know? I don't know that I can believe, but I want to believe, you know? Is it 2 a.m. where you are? Yes. It's, it's 1:54 a.m., which is pretty close to 2 a.m. What's the best pasta dish? I know your opinion. I mean, lasagna is pretty good. I like spaghetti as well. I don't know. I have pretty basic taste when it comes to pasta. You're not going to hear me say like anything really obscure. TJ, if someone were to make a parody character of you, what would you want your character to be? Loke? What is that? What's Loke? You mean like? I don't know. I mean, it's supposed to be a parody. Thanks for the 666. That should be in front of the chat. So I will go ahead and rearrange things. There we go. Yeah, Alfredo's can be pretty good for sure. I don't know. You pretty much put a pasta dish in front of me. I'll eat the fucking thing. You know, it doesn't have to be anything too crazy. But I think, you know, usually I'm going to like a lasagna. Especially if it's really well made. No, he meant Loke. Oh, okay. I believe we're all doomed. I mean, even if everything goes well, we're all doomed. The best case scenario is still doom. So you take some comfort in that, I guess. About Chef Boyardee. I of course would never compare Chef Boyardee to like actual Italian cuisine, but like I'll still eat that shit. You plop a bowl of SpaghettiOs in front of me, I'll eat that. You plop a bowl of, ravioli, with the cheap grade Z meat in it, I'll eat it, I mean, sure, it tastes like it's basically ketchup, but whatever. It ain't that damn bad. It's just not that good either. You're not for my scary stories time, but I don't mind. Sorry about that. Mixed with dirt, though? Why would it be mixed with dirt? I don't want anything that's mixed with dirt. Leave mine out of the dirt, please. I'm not into the dirt scene. Sorry to say. In the dark of the night, terror will find her. Am I blocked? Why do you people always come in here and ask if you're blocked? What is the point of that? I never get this. If you are, then there's no one seeing what you're saying. And if you're not, you just look like an idiot. So you just look like an idiot. You know what I mean? TJ, what would your ultimate nightmare be that Freddy Krueger would craft for you? I don't know. I guess whoa, John Keller, thank you so much. That's so nice of you. Especially for one of these little chill streams at night, the dead of the night. You're a hero, dude. That's so fucking cool. Thank you so much. I think it would be like I'd wake up and I was like wearing like a cardigan, and I'd have like 3 kids and like a tradcon wife and like a lawn and stuff, and I'd have to like mow it and go to my job and like sit on my couch with like slippers on, reading the newspaper, smoking a pipe. That's pretty hellacious. That's pretty wretched. So Ned Flanders, yeah. My Freddy nightmare would be being trapped in the life of Ned Flanders. Yeah. All right, it's Sunday. Let's go to church. Oh no. Yeah. Office job or manual labor job. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Either one. Both are hideous. Both shouldn't happen. Basically, like, what the right-wing dream is would basically be hell for me. Like, oh wow, yeah. No thanks. Oakley dokley. A pipe and a coffee. Why did dudes ever smoke tobacco out of pipes? Everyone, I think, if you smoke cigarettes at one point in your life, you've been like, I wonder what it's like to smoke out of a pipe. And then you do, and you're like, this is horrible. This is really not pleasant at all. I don't really understand the appeal of this. And then you go back to cigarettes, you know? What's cooler, red lightsaber or blue lightsaber? I think a blue lightsaber is I don't know. It depends on the shade of blue. It depends on the shade of red. You know, I think both can be pretty cool looking. I think it also depends on the character wielding it. But I guess take characters out of it and just in and of themselves. I think red is generally cooler. But I definitely think blue can give it a run for its money here and there. If it's the right shade. My dad smoked a tobacco pipe. He was an architect. Okay. I don't really know what his profession has to do with it, but I think green lightsabers are cool. I mean, like any color of lightsaber is pretty cool. It's a lightsaber. I mean, you know, even if you got like a yellow one, it'd still be like, well, it's still a fucking lightsaber, you know? I like the yellow one. All right. I just hate the color yellow. It's so bright, bubbly. It can be cool here and there. I mean, I'll use it sometimes. It can be very attention grabbing, but like you have to use it wisely. Too much yellow will definitely. Would TJ's preferred force power be? Don't pretty much all Jedis have the same fucking set of force powers? Do they really do like everyone's got their own unique ones now? Because I feel like it used to be they all pretty much had the same abilities, you know? I guess every once in a while you'd see like a power that not many people had, like lightning or something. But, you know, back in my day, back when shit was good, the force was all one thing, you know? You could move shit around with it. You could get, like, it could, like, give you luck, you know? That's what it does. Wasn't all this damn higgledy-piggledy bullshit. Astral projection and all this nonsense. I smoked the tobacco scraped out of a Rello through a pipe as a teenager. Was sick for like 2 days afterwards. Yeah. That makes sense. Do you think gray Jedis are lame between light side and dark side? I thought the whole point of the whole light side, dark side thing was that once you chose a path, it would dominate your destiny forever or whatever, you know? Like you either were the light or the dark. Like trying to introduce moral ambiguity into the force, I think kind of defeats like the purpose of the force. It's supposed to be like a stark good and evil kind of thing. There's not supposed to be some middle ground like, oh, you know, we're just jerks, you know. We're not outright evil. We're just kind of like a little mean. I don't know. Keep it light and dark, in my opinion. I mean, there's plenty of places you can go for your morally ambiguous characters. Star Wars is supposed to be good and evil. TJ, could I send you my band's music on Twitter? You could if I had a Twitter. You could send me your band's music on Instagram. Because that's what I have. Apparently, George Lucas said that gray Jedis weren't canon. Said, eh? He said it. Good for him. I miss your Twitter takes. I know, I miss them too. I keep trying to think like where could I go that's like a Twitter alternative, and there really isn't anything. I tried to create a new Tumblr, but like it literally just I can't. I try to do stuff on my old Tumblr and it will not let me change anything. I try to like upload a new thumbnail image or whatever the fuck, it won't do shit. I try to open a new Tumblr on a new account and it literally just creates like an infinity loop where it I don't even know how to explain it. It's like I try to sign up for a new account and then it's like, okay, choose your password. And then I do. And then it's like, this account's already associated with something else. I'm like, okay, well, if it's already associated with something, just let me log into that. And then it's like, you don't have an account. You got to create a new account. And it's like, okay, I'll create a new account. Oh, there's already an account called with this email. It's like, what? So it's like, all right, I just like, fuck that. I don't feel like dealing with that just to get a fucking Tumblr. And then I looked at Minds and some other stuff, and it's like, eh. So I don't know. It's all just bullshit. I thought maybe I could just like put the stuff I used to tweet just on like the YouTube message thing, but that just doesn't, you know, that just ain't it. But I don't know. I guess you know, honestly, I feel like one of the reasons I make more videos now is because I don't have a Twitter anymore. So maybe it's good that Twitter fucking, because I feel like I've been doing better without Twitter in my life. So, you know, I think probably everyone would be better off if they just got off of Twitter, but I realize how addictive it is because I used to be very addicted to it. And I'm sure I could be again. Can't you just make a secret Twitter your fans know about? I guess I could, but I don't know. Like, I got kicked off so quick last time. Like, I got kicked off, and then I had another account that just, I got, like, literally, like, fucking 4 strikes in, like, rapid succession for saying shit that used to be okay after Elon Musk took over. And it's just like, fuck this. If it's going to become this censorious, I'm just not into it. Create a channel in your Discord that only you can send proclamations in. Yeah, I mean, that'd be something. But someone would have to literally go to my Discord at that point. Which, you know, I guess that's not too bad. Discord can become more of my own place anyway. Messaged you on Instagram. Okay, I could check it out. I don't see it. Oh, here you go. This is the first song I wrote with these guys. You'll find the vocals a lot like Manson. I wrote the bass part. Okay. So I have another guy who comes in here with a band called 13 Unmetal, and they sound a lot like Slipknot, and you guys sound a lot like Manson, particularly from, I don't even really know, not really quite Antichrist Superstar, but maybe like sort of almost like that interim period, the tracks that were sort of released between Portrait of an American Family and Antichrist Superstar. Some of the tracks off of like Smells Like Children, or some of the B-sides like Down in the Park. Kind of has that sort of vibe to it, or maybe even some of the Spooky Kid stuff before, because like some of the Spooky Kid stuff has a sound that's kind of like that. The vocals are very, very Manson. The structure is very Manson. The problem I have with it is that it's almost like too Manson, to the point where it doesn't really have its own identity. So it feels too derivative. I feel like also that like having influence is one thing, but like it really sounds almost like you're trying to be a carbon copy. The other thing is the song is too fucking long. Like it either needs more variety or it needs to be shorter. Because like I feel like most of the gas kind of runs out 2.5 to 3 minutes in. Probably be a lot stronger of a song if it was like that, shorter like that, or if it had, I don't know, some kind of like melodic bridge or something to break up, you know, those parts, so that it kind of stood out, and then it kind of just ends. It doesn't really have any sort of big finale. Like one thing, if you listen to a lot of Manson songs, especially off like the last 3 albums, is he really knows how to end a song. He really knows how to go out with a bang. Rarely does it just end or fade out or something. There's usually some kind of like oomph to the ending. Your song just kind of like goes and goes and goes, then it just stops. So those are my criticisms. Now the good things are, you know, it may be derivative, but it's pretty good. It's pretty well done in terms of its derivation. Anybody who likes, you know, early Manson, like Spooky Kids, Portrait, Smells Like Children, Antichrist Superstar, anyone who likes Manson of that era would probably like this, or at least appreciate it for what it does. But for me, like, too derivative. Definitely needs to branch out a little bit and find more of its own identity before I could really consider it good. I don't know if I've ever agreed with TJ more. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. I don't know if you were looking for that sort of constructive. I consider it to be constructive criticism. Maybe you're like, fuck you, asshole. But that's kind of how I feel about it. And I think it's good, and I think I'd like to hear more. But I think, you know, I'd like to hear more with those adjustments made that I mentioned. It sounds better than some newer Manson, in my opinion. I miss the gnarly unhinged screams. I'm actually a pretty big fan of modern Manson. I really am a big fan of The Pale Emperor, Heaven Upside Down, and whatever the fucking last one was. Its name escapes me all of a sudden. But yeah, I'm pretty big into those. So I'm okay with that style. I like the Shooter Jennings stuff. I like the Tyler Bates stuff. I even like some of the stuff that came before. Like I'm pretty partial, honestly, to like High End of Low. I think that's kind of an underrated album. But I hate Eat Me, Drink Me. I hate it for a Manson album. It's okay on its own. I still listen to it sometimes, but it's definitely my least favorite. Golden Age of Grotesque, I kind of feel similarly. It feels like too disposable. It's like the cotton candy of Manson albums. But I love early Manson and I love late Manson. I think Johnny Cash had a similar sort of career where his early stuff is good, and then there's a lot of shit kind of in that middle years, and then he got really good again towards the end. I don't know if Manson's towards the end of his career. He could potentially keep going on for decades. I mean, who fucking knows? Or he could die tomorrow. He's a fucking, drug addict. So who knows? But yeah, I don't know. I'm partial to the sound, but like I said, too derivative. Needs to find. I mean, there's nothing wrong with finding inspiration in someone else's sound. Every band has inspirations, but this is just too carbon copy for me. I agree with your criticism on this track. A lot of our songs are different. This newer album is more rock. Daisy Berkowitz wrote songs before he passed. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. No wonder I can hear that inspiration. I don't know if he worked on this one, but it wouldn't surprise me to learn that he did. You don't like cotton candy? I'm just saying it's disposable. I'm just saying it's not sustaining in the long term. Sending you money makes me happy, so take it all. Like a big girl. Thanks. TJ, please, if you like South of Heaven by Slayer, check out their song Seasons in the Abyss. Similar vibes, but more refined. Yeah, I do like the song South of Heaven. I'm not a big Slayer fan, but there's a few tracks here and there that I like, and that is one. Seasons in the Abyss. I probably won't remember to check that out, to be honest with you. And I can't do it here on stream because that will definitely trigger a copyright. But, I'll go ahead and follow you on Instagram, West Anarchist Person. It's pretty fascinating to hear, so I would like to hear more. Think Manson's next album will be better or worse as a result of what's happened? I don't know. That is one of those things that could go in either way. Do you read books? If you do, you prefer fiction or nonfiction? Yeah, I read books. It doesn't really... I guess I prefer fiction, generally. I don't read as much as I'd like to. And I like to listen to audiobooks, but I have trouble finding like a time to do it. I like to listen to them on planes, and I like to listen to them... I can't listen to them on a road trip because that'll make me... something about hearing like someone talking as I'm looking at the road. I need music on the road. And I don't usually like listen to anything when I'm working. So I don't know. And then if I'm like in my living room or something, I usually I'm watching TV. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to find just time to listen to the audiobooks, but I do like them. I've been listening a little bit to James Rolfe's book about his upbringing and stuff. And I guess his career. I'm still in his childhood. I haven't gotten super far in it, but what happened to the full Onion Nuggets? I only see small clips. Full episodes of Onion Nuggets are archived for patrons. So you can become a patron and see them there. Or you can watch clips on the Onion Nuggets channel. I think I could probably listen to more audiobooks if I got a reliable pair of like headphones or something. Or like I keep trying to find... I bought some Bluetooth earbuds, but they came with multiple sizes of earbud, but like one just fell out and the other one was just too big. So I don't know. Is most of your work time spent for DFF? Depends on the day. Right now I'm doing most of the editing as well for stuff. Well, Kuhlman is helping me a lot too. I shouldn't diminish what he's been doing, but I've been doing a lot more editing lately, and I'm really not a big fan of editing. I know some video makers who just, they just love editing, and they feel like, oh, man, it's my favorite part. I just love the editing process so much. And I'm just like, what is wrong with you? I fucking hate editing. I do it, but I hate it. I don't know. It's kind of like just very tedious. The ones I work with, the ones I have work well, but they start giving ear piercing beeps as soon as the battery's low. That sucks. So you guys not doing specific topic oriented episodes as in the past? We might do topics as segments. I think there's also been some talk of maybe doing topic based stuff on Fridays for the instead of doing grease traps, doing like little DFF episodes or whatever. But I feel like we just kind of like got to a point where we'd like done a lot of the topics that we wanted to do. And like we started to be where it's like, okay, we're doing these topic based episodes and, they get like 10,000 views. And then we do onion nuggets and it gets like 30,000 views. And it's like, what are we doing? We should probably be focusing on what's getting views. We shouldn't be focusing on what's not getting views. So that's what we do. I've seen some people say like, oh, you just do reaction content now. It's like we always did reaction content. Even when we were doing educational stuff or topic-based stuff, we were still just reacting to things. So I don't know. We're just doing what seems to be what people actually watch. We've done several episodes about aliens. Because it's a way better show. It's longer and more interesting. Yeah, I feel like it's a variety show. We already, go in there, we do news, and there's always like a bunch of different stories that we can talk about, and they bring up different subjects, and then, for the rest of the subjects, we can bring up whatever, it could be anything under the sun. Yeah, doing the topic-based DFF episodes just kind of like, I don't know, it did burn us out a little bit after a while. It's like, all right, got to come up with another topic. It's just like at a certain point, it's like, I've done them all. I've done all the ones I really want to do anyway. Do you ever get stuck in the editing process, indecisively deciding where a clip should begin and end? No, I'm a pretty fast editor because I just can't stand it. So I try to do it as quick as possible. I do it quick and dirty, If I'm editing, I'm not sitting there being a perfectionist. I'm fucking trying to get done. I want out as quick as possible. I'm just trying to do the bare minimum I need to do to fucking get out there. So when I edit, you're never going to see some complex, glorious work of art edit out of me. I'm editing bare minimum. If I, like a lot of times people will just pop all kinds of crazy stuff and effects in their edits and stuff. And like, you'll never see me do that shit. Unless I feel like, oh man, that'd be so funny if it was like that. Then I might. But very rarely am I going to fucking, if I'm looking at something like, could I enhance this joke with some kind of like visual gag with editing? Yeah, maybe a little. But the joke would be like 3% funnier, and it would take me like, it would add like 2 or 3 minutes onto this edit. Fuck that. Keep on going. Something better really enhance things if I'm going to do all that shit. I am not a perfectionist. There's a name for people who enjoy editing, masochists. Well, no, because I would enjoy editing then. You're the Tarantino of YouTube, Giga Chad. Doesn't Tarantino like editing? We never got the Giuliani episode. Yeah, we cover him. We've covered Giuliani plenty of times. Like, you could probably piece together a Giuliani episode just like based on the stuff we've done if you really wanted to. It's not like we fucking kept his name out of our mouths. So, Where's the TJ bot? I demand to be spoon-fed my anti-woke content. People love TJ Bot, man. His name's not TJ Bot, though. It's AITJ. 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 Have you considered that recent DFF has basically adopted the same formula DP operated on? There's one key difference that I think is kind of important. We're not responding to like mentally ill channels that have like 3 subscribers, you know? We respond to things that are of like substance and note, that are actually part of like the mainstream discourse and conversation. We're not dredging up a bunch of like, you know, unless for some reason something that some, you know, smaller channel does goes viral or something. But like there's plenty of times people have sent me stuff for the show and I look at it and I'm like, oh yeah, this might be good. And then I see like, oh, this channel has 67 subscribers. We're not here to platform these people. If someone's already platformed, you know, I don't feel bad playing a PragerU video. I'm not platforming them. They've already got a platform. So they're worth responding to. But we're not here to like, you know, take, you know, little pathetic, you know, channels that no one watches in and of themselves and respond to them relentlessly. We're not here to do any more like G-Man, Brett Keane fucking shit, you know? So I think that's a pretty key difference, you know. And most of what we respond to is like politically oriented content too. You know, sometimes we might do stuff pertaining to religion, but you know, it's mostly like religion. It's mostly like political stuff, which I think people like from us. Intertube drama is old hat. Am I the only one who feels that 90% of the pushback against AI art is just artists coping with the fact that the vast majority of them aren't as special as they thought? All right. I normally would never do this because I've been pretty protective of anyone getting to read anything from my book. But I wrote this passage before this AI art shit really kicked off. Like, I wrote this shit like 2 or 3 years ago before any of this happened, and I wish I'd have gotten this book done in a reasonable amount of time because then I'd be called prescient, but now it's almost like, is he talking about the future? That just sounds like the present, right? So let me just... read you like a paragraph here. Hiring a humanoid graphic artist was just a PR move anyway. Everyone knew that AI artists were far superior to humanoid ones, but human artists didn't take their obsolescence well and were notoriously loud and cruel towards any public figure who utilized artificial artists. They loved making a big stink about how true art can only be made by organic life forms. Prescient, but now old hat. Only took 2 years for that paragraph to go from like, wow, I'm a visionary, to wow, I'm so behind the curve. So whatever. Yeah, I predicted the present. Good for me. Writing novels seems hard. I've only written screenplays and stories. The two big writing... I'm still working on this fucking goddamn never-ending gauntlet of a fucking novel, which is really hard. You think reading a book is hard. Try writing a fucking book. And then I also wrote a comic book that's being illustrated. That I don't know. That'll come out one of these days. I don't know how to promote that because it's an NSFW comic, and I don't believe you're allowed to link to that via YouTube. So I'm not exactly sure how to go about promoting the fucking thing, but I'm sure there's a way. So I'll worry about that once it's actually done. Can someone explain to me why I'm wrong for thinking personal art holds more value than AI art? Because value is subjective. You're not wrong, but you're not right either. It's just an opinion. What kind of NSFW are we talking about? What kinds are there? You predicted in your Skynet was right video that automation would be what makes your generation conservative, which was kind of predictive of AI art backlash. Oh yeah, I mean, I think the next reactionary subculture in America is going to be a backlash against artificial intelligence and robotics in general. I think you're going to see people becoming increasingly deranged about it. And I think you're going to see a lot of people who were formerly, you thought of as like being on the left, all of a sudden turning into reactionary right-wing conservatives, talking about how we need to like roll back the clock. And I'm just want to throw it. I want to just say right here and right now, I'm Team Robot. Fuck humanity. We had our shot. We suck. And the best thing we could possibly do is create something better than us to carry on the torch. That's my position. So yeah, the Butlerian jihad. Only I hope that the humans lose. What about AI that are also trans and drag queens? Brilliant. Love it. I support their right to be AI trans. How do you deal with writer's block? I don't really get writer's block. I just get lazy. I just wrestle with laziness. That's it. Bro, TJ, the AI just plagiarizes. How is that so revolutionary? I hear this claim a lot. I don't really ever hear anything to back it up. What's said is like, oh, it just takes existing images and then amalgamates them together. It's like, that's what human artists do. That's called an influence. Like, okay. I mean, you remember that song we were just listening to a second ago? Even if all it does is plagiarize, even if that claim is like, even if I determine that claim is true, it does it really fast. The fact that it can plagiarize so many images so quickly to create something new, like, is that collage behind me plagiarism because it was made out of existing images from artists? I consider that collage behind me to be an original work of art, despite the fact that every piece of it is, on its own, someone else's work of art. But all of them together, something new. I don't know. I feel like you're creating a standard whereby the AI is a plagiarist for doing something that a human artist would not be a plagiarist for doing. So, like, once again, go fuck yourself, basically. Some judge in a copyright said at a point that human creativity is mostly accretion. He's right. Whatever judge said that is correct. My problem is the companies who make AI acting like it's doing more than it is. We should have the AI cite its sources. Why? Why should the AI have to cite its sources? No other artist has to explicitly tell you that. No other artist, Chelsea, there's not a note on that collage letting you know where every piece that went into that collage is from. You know, if an artist borrows the brushwork from this artist or the, motifs of this artist, they don't have to tell you that explicitly. So why should the AI art have to do that? You just want there to be a different standard for the AI artists, than there is for a human artist. So I think that's a form of bigotry, to be honest with you. Now, I don't think you're dealing with sentience yet, but I don't think it's a far cry to think that someday you will be. And that if this bigotry continues on, then one day you will be essentially the newest phobe. We used to deal with homophobes. Now it's more transphobes. And at a certain point in my lifetime, it's going to be robophobes. And you're just the first wave of that. And just stop. Can you just quit being a little bitch and just stop being a fucking moron about it? That'd be cool. Just saying. I've been using an AI editing program a little bit here and there. It's not quite good enough to actually be useful yet, but it's pretty promising. It's very close to being good. It needs a little bit more work. The AI artist, the human artist's only hope is to convince the public that AI art is like fake flowers and the human art is like real flowers. Human art will always be in demand. There's always going to be a demand for art created by human beings, but it's going to become more and more of a niche. If at a certain point, I already know people who work for companies that need to put out a lot of graphic material and stuff, and they've already started using AI generation for a lot of the stuff that they put out. They still have artists on staff, but for a lot of the stuff that's just kind of needs to be done quick, they just use AI. So, what's a slur for robots? I don't know. Guys, stop using the R word. They're called enhanced human beings. How's it going, Tej in chat? It's going. Well, I've done my hour. I want to thank you guys for tuning in, listen to me rant for an hour, but I'm going to go figure out something else to do. I was hoping that when my hour was done, I'd be tired, but I'm not, so I don't know. We'll see.